Attrition warfare is when people get starved as a means to win a war. This has happened repeatedly in history. It's a tactic the Vikings used. Cut off the food supply, cut off the water supply. So what people need to realize is that there is a plan in place to bump people out of the welfare line, off of the system assistance programs. Why? America is ran on credit. I honestly don't think we have any money. Everything's based on credit. Where's the money? Money's fake. There is no gold in the vault. And if there was, JP Morgan owns it. Understand this about America. It is a business. And a business does not make money by handing things out. So that's where this is going. This is why they are offloading people via cutting off their benefits. What people need to understand is it doesn't matter if they want to give it to you. If it's not there to give to you, there's nothing to give. So people need to understand that within the next 5 years, America has no choice but to cut that system off. There's less taxpayers paying into it, which is fine. The old system of things can go away. However, what people do need to understand is you need to get a plan in place and start executing that plan to get off of system programs. Why? Because they're all going to go away. Why? Because what happens next is out of our control. And so I've been trying to warn people that it doesn't matter what we want. These things are going away. And if you want independence, not relying on a broken system is a good start. So, attrition warfare, I talked about this in some of my earliest videos. They do this on purpose. Why? We have leeches in the system. We have people who have the ability to work that are not working. Why? Because mentally they've been broken. And so by facing greater hardships, you regrow the muscle to be independent. Or maybe you never had that. And so I just want to warn people that this is coming. I can't change that. I can't change what's going to happen. But by warning people, they can get an alternate plan in place, and then it changes the outcome for some people, even if it doesn't change the outcome for everybody. So hear me when I say it's time to get off your seat and get on your feet. The old system of doing things is not going to continue to work. There is no money. America is based on a credit system. The people at the top of the ladder, they actually don't have money. They just have a lot of brownie points called credit. And so in this, they're actually just as poor as the rest of us. It just doesn't look like it from the outside. But when you look in their banking system, there's no actual cash in there. They're just passing points around called credit. Which is why I bought my stuff outright. I did not buy it on credit. My house, it was in-house financing. I was actually, especially after 2020, I was happy to pay the low interest rate that I was grandfathered in at. So if you are on grandfather plans of any sort, what they're going to try to do is force you off of that, because they want everybody paying in, being consumers, buying things. So I suggest doing the bare minimum at least. For me, I realized that the wage is higher than when I started my endeavor to buy my house. And so by going back to work, being on Social Security and government programs was never a part of my plan. If it was a part of your plan, it's time to replan. So in this, I knew that I could only succeed if I put my mind to it. Willpower is bigger than anything else. And that's something others cannot take away unless you're giving your power away. What I saw was, by participating in the government programs, it was actually harder work to live on less. And I also saw that they needed the head count for some reason. They needed people relying on them, potentially, so that they had victims for attrition warfare. Because somebody is finding entertainment off of doing these things to people. Some sick, twisted bastard is finding entertainment off harming other people, off seeing your panic. And what this does is it wakes up your parasites, namely T. Gandhi, which affects your decisions. So at that point, they're going to use your decisions against you. So it's time to get on an herbal diet, a cultural diet, so that you can start offloading your parasites and make better decisions. What I saw was that my decisions were working against me. And so in order to counteract that, I had to learn how to make better decisions and figure out how to undo the bad decisions I'd already made. But figuring out what is bad decisions and what is good decisions is part of the process, unfortunately. Because the decisions we've been told to make are actually bad for us. If you're living off of old wives' tales, such as beggars can't be choosers, your lack mentality is affecting your choices. And so by going off of that, you're going to make more bad choices, more bad choices, more bad choices. You have to get rid of your lack mentality and grow an appreciative mentality, a fortunate mentality. And this is how manifesting is done. Why? Because the lack mentality actually holds you back. And so when you make decisions based on what you don't have or what you cannot do, then you make terrible decisions. But if you make decisions based off of what you can do and what you do have, then things turn around. Look at what you do have going for you and how can you make it work. Everybody has skills, and we are coming upon times where you no longer need a degree. It's been proven degrees are a waste of your time. How do I know? I went for one. Am I working in that field? Absolutely not. Everything I learned in college, I never got to use it. Why? The system is set up to scam you with education. And so going out and getting life experience and knowing how to do something, if you can work a week at a job and show that you can do it, then why wouldn't they let you? Because it's a hierarchy system. And that hierarchy system is going to be done away with. Why? Because there's going to be a lot of empty seats in job positions. There already is. And so they are going to be forced to let people like us in those positions. So this is where I have strategized to help other people, not just myself. I'm just being the example. I've gone back to work, and by golly, I'm going to be making more off of a part-time job than I would off of government assistance. And I will have less headaches. I will not be jumping through any flaming hoops because they want you to bend over and lick their boots. Are we going to do that? Hell no. We're going to polish our own boots and we're going to go get a job. And we're going to do better than what the government was doing for us. So start paying attention to your decisions because your parasites are hidden in your choices. When you can conquer that, you can conquer anything. I taught my kids, if you can stand up to me, then you are ready for the rest of the world. But if you can't stand up to me, you're not ready. If you can't work with me, you're not ready to work with other people. If you can't live with me, you're not ready to live with other people. I did not make things easy on them. However, I didn't go out and try to make things difficult on them at the same time. Life is going to be difficult enough. So in this, I see where the government has set people up to have a struggle on purpose. Psychologists, religion, all of them are working together. Doctors, they're all working together to make life more difficult for people. Are we going to participate? No. We're going to go do our own thing, make our own plan, get on our own feet, and when we no longer need them, we don't have to pay into that. We will find a way, right? Why? Because there is no I in team. So if we work together on combating attrition warfare together, then we all win this war. If you have parasites in your system while they are trying to starve you, then the odds are against you. Because you're going to be very hungry. You're going to be more hungry than a normal person is. Well, let's admit normal. Someone without parasites can go without food. Someone who has parasites will starve to death faster. So understand this in the attrition warfare, because it is here. I've already gone through this, and I made decisions before that were leading me away from the government construct of things. I live in the mountains. I have wood heat. Part of doing this harder work to get by is what helped offload my parasites. It also makes Uncle Sam mad because then I don't need them. And what happens when I don't need them? They cannot manipulate me. And so in this, I'm trying to teach people how to not be manipulated by an invisible power that actually has no power. So, revolution or revelation? I'm after the revelation because a revolution is not going to get us anywhere. However, independence will get us anywhere we want. So this is what I'm trying to teach people. If we get away from this sick construct of harming other people and acting like it's okay, having a great Gatsby party in celebration of hurting people, it's sickening. And then passing the blame, sickening. At what point are the elites going to be held accountable for their decisions? I say it could be today. Things have gone far enough. When it's okay to starve children out of house and home, when it's okay to put people on the street, when it's okay to make the homeless disappear the way they are, it's time to do something. It's time for people to unite and work together. They want people focused on themselves and working against each other. But let's do the opposite. Let's counteract that by becoming better teammates. And so people on government assistance, I am on your side, but you have to be on your own side too. No longer can we rely on someone else to do things for us. They don't care how disabled you are. They don't care. It's not that people don't care. The rest of us do. But there's nothing that we can do to save you. Except for what I'm doing. Teaching you how to get through what we're going through. So, people that are on Social Security understand that they only take away a portion. Your transition might be smooth. And so go out and find something that's just a few hours a week. Work up your endurance. I saw a man in Indonesia working without legs. He was out being a fisherman and supporting his wife and children. And I decided if he can do it, I can do it too. Watching people in other countries get by, it made me feel lazy and parasitic. If someone like that can do it, we can do it. So, we're on hard times. And this is coming at a time when we can't just go out and grow food. Foraging in the forest is going to be difficult this time of year. And so it's important to grow a plan, watch, learn from other people that know foraging, that know how to survive off of the land. And if we're blocked from the forest, what do? We go anyway. Why? Because we have the right to feed ourselves. Taking away the right to feed ourselves is not valid. It's not legal. It's not legitimate. They cannot stop us from feeding ourselves. So it's time to start learning something new. But first things first, go out and get yourself a little part-time job and start building your endurance. Because what's coming, it only gets worse. Sometimes in order to clean up a mess, you have to make a bigger mess. And if we have mothers selling their food stamps and people abusing the system, then it's actually high time that this happened, because those people are the ones that need offloaded. Those people need to pull their shit together and realize that their children are more important than the things that they're choosing to do. If you're not feeding your children, if you're selling your food stamps, shame on you. You should feel ashamed. It's valid. So in an effort to help people, I'm warning you. The government is onto you. You thought this wasn't going to go noticed, like you thought this would go unnoticed? It got noticed. And so by people choosing to do the wrong thing when they had the ability to do the right thing, you made it worse on everybody else. And so everybody gets punished for your deeds, not just you. And so people like me who actually bought food for my kids, I'm not happy with you. You make a bad name for the rest of us. And the rest of us do not appreciate it. Because now we all get to go out and struggle based on your poor decisions. So I am having no sympathy. But understand, people are going to be forced onto a parasitic diet. Potatoes, starches, pasta, all the things that people are suggesting you eat only feeds parasites. It actually gives your body no nutritional value. Zero. So get that straight. If you're not on an organic diet, you're feeding your parasites. And so this is why they have made it impossible for some of us to buy the better foods, is because they need us to die off, like parasites. If you're going to be parasitic, then they're absolutely planning to offload you. Understand that.